Hey everyone, this is Steven here, back at it again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to go over the top 5 NBA cards to buy right now under $50. If you like these types of videos and would like to see more content like this in the future, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. The first player on today's list is none other than Mr. Damian Lillard, and the card is a 2012-13 Panini NBA Hoops, and the card number is 280. And this is another one of his rookie cards. Damian Lillard does not need much of an introduction, but he's currently 30 years old. He has quite the amount of accomplishments, which include a 6-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, and he was on the All-Rookie team in 2012-13, and also won the Rookie of the Year in 2012-13. As far as this season's accomplishments, he is averaging about 30 points and averaging around 8 assists, so he's having an amazing year this year. Throughout his career, he's averaging about 25 points per game, and also 7 assists, so he's had a really good career so far. And back to his season this year, he is currently leading the Portland Trailblazers potentially into the playoffs this year. They are currently the 6th seed in the Western Conference, and he's doing all of that without their number 2 and number 3 player. So he is a player to buy right now while he continues to stay hot, and then once they get CJ McCollum and Yusuf Nurkic back, you can expect them to potentially make a playoff run. So this would be a good card to buy right now and ride the wave into the playoffs when they get more healthy and can potentially make a run. Another reason why I picked this card in particular is due to the PSA population reports. This card, Panini Hoops, only has about 352 cards that have been submitted to PSA. So this is a really low population report as of now. And his Panini Prism, so his base rookie card, which is his most popular rookie card, is about 10 times more expensive than this card. So I think that this card is currently a steal at a pretty low price. You can get this card raw for about $30. A PSA 9 of this card goes for around $100, where a PSA 10 of this card goes for around $300. So again, I think that this is a really good card to buy now before they start making a playoff push once their team gets more health in the next couple months. The next player on today's list is Devin Booker, and the card is a 2015 Panini Donruss card number 223, and this is his rated rookie card. So Devin Booker is currently 24 years old. Some of his accomplishments include a 2-time All-Star. He was arguably snubbed from this year's All-Star game, but that's neither here nor there. Also was on the All-Rookie team in 2015 and 2016. As far as this year, the 2020-2021 season, he's currently averaging about 25 points per game and 5 assists per game, so he's having a really good current year. For his career, he's averaging about 23 points per game and about 5 assists per game, so he's had a pretty good career for how young he is. One of the reasons why I really like Devin Booker is because the Phoenix Suns are doing really well this year. They're currently in 3rd place in the West. So I think that this is a card that we can buy now and ride the wave into the playoffs. As you can see in the graph below, I circled the peak of his card value was around September last year, and that was when they made the amazing playoff run last year in the bubble. They won 8 games in a row heading into the playoffs. So as you can see, his cards have gone down since then. So I think this is another card and guy that you can buy now while his cards are at a little lower of a value, and just ride the wave into the playoffs, as we do expect them to make a better run and have a better playoff run this year, especially with the addition to Chris Paul on the Suns. So you can currently buy this card for around $50 raw, and a PSA 9 of this card sells for $175, or a PSA 10 of this card goes for $560. So it is exponentially more valuable if you can get a higher grade of this card. But again, I do think that this is a card that you can buy now and just ride the wave until they make it into the playoffs and hopefully get hot. And then we'll really see some price appreciation on these cards. The next player on today's list is Jamal Murray, and the card is a 2016-17 Panini Prism, card number 175. So this is his Panini Prism base rookie card. So Jamal Murray is currently 24 years old. Some of his accomplishments include that he was on the All-Rookie team in 2016 and 17. So he definitely doesn't have as many accomplishments as some of the other players on the list. But as far as his 2020-2021 season, so his current season, he's averaging about 21 points per game and about 5 assists per game. And throughout his young career, he's averaging about 16 points per game and about 4 assists per game. So he's had a pretty good career for how young he is. But one of the main reasons why I really like Jamal Murray right now is, as you can see in the chart below, his cards have been declining over time. And that's mainly due to the fact that we know he had an extraordinary run in the playoffs last year. They ended up beating the Clippers, and it was mainly led by the performance of Jamal Murray. So he had a fantastic playoff run last year. However, this year, I think a lot of people were expecting, similar things to carry out throughout this season. We just haven't seen that so far. He is a pretty streaky player. So far this season, he hasn't lived up to those high expectations. So we have seen the decline in his card prices. However, over the last couple of weeks, he has really been gelling with the Denver Nuggets. He's been performing a little better. We do expect, as he is a streaky player, for him to eventually get hot. And the anticipation is for him to get hot leading into the playoffs so they can have another successful playoff run this year. So the goal is to buy this card now while he's not living up to all the expectations. But once he starts, getting hot again going into the playoffs, we could expect these cards to significantly increase like we saw last year. Currently, you can buy this card for around $50 raw. A PSA 9 of this sells for around $135, and a PSA 10 sells for around $431. So I think this is another card that you can, ride the wave into the playoffs. But if you can get a really good player and you can get their base Panini Prism card for under $50, I think that's a really good deal, especially right now with the card market as hot as it is right now. The next player on today's list is KarlAnthony Towns, and the card is a 2015 Panini Prism, card number 328. So this is another Panini Prism base rookie card of KarlAnthony Towns. Currently 25 years old. Some of his accomplishments include a two-time All-Star. He was on the All-NBA team in 2017-18, and he also was on the All-Rookie team in 2015-16. So as far as this year's stats, he's currently averaging about 22 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 4 assists per game. And throughout his career, he's averaging about 23 points per game, 12 rebounds per game, and 3 assists per game. So he is currently still one of the best big men in the league. However, one of the reasons why I like him right now is the fact that he plays on the Timberwolves. They are currently one of the worst teams in the NBA. As you can see in the chart below, his cards have been pretty stagnant over time, just due to the fact that they don't get a lot of publicity, being one of the worst teams in the league. And KarlAnthony Towns has kind of gone out of favor as, a couple of the other big men such as Joel Embiid and Anthony Davis have kind of stolen the spotlight as they're in bigger markets. However, I do like this card now because we have the NBA trade deadline coming up. It's on the 25th. So this kind of a buy right now in anticipation of him eventually getting traded. Like I said, that the Timberwolves are the worst team in the league. There have been a lot of trade rumors of him potentially going to the Knicks and other larger markets. So this would be a really, really good buy right now. If you could buy this and hope that he gets traded, if not this year, hopefully next year or sometime in the future to a bigger market. I think we would definitely see a lot of price appreciation on this card, as you can currently buy this card raw for about $50, which is a complete steal of a deal. PSA 9 of this card goes for $150, and a PSA 10 of this card goes for around $400. So I think that this card is extremely undervalued right now, but I think one of the main drivers is just due to the fact that he plays for, the worst team currently in the NBA. So if he can at some point get traded or go to a bigger market, I think that these cards will see a significant amount of appreciation over time. The last card on today's list is Donovan Mitchell, and the card is a 2017 Panini Prism card number 117. So this is another Panini Prism base rookie card. Donovan Mitchell is currently 24 years old, and some of his accomplishments include a two-time All-Star, and he was also on the All-Rookie team in the 2017-18 season. As far as this year's season, he's currently averaging about 25 points per game, 5 rebounds, and also 5 assists per game. And throughout his career, he has averaged about 23 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. So he's had a pretty good career, especially for how young he is. But one of the main reasons why I like Donovan Mitchell, especially now, is due to the fact that the Utah Jazz are one of the best teams in the league. So they're currently in first place in the Western Conference. And a lot of that is driven by the performance and play of Donovan Mitchell. And as you can see in the chart below, the peak prices of some of his cards were last year in the NBA bubble, so in the playoffs. They did make a little push there, and we did see a spike in his cards. However, they have slowly gone down over time. But one of the main reasons why I like his cards right now is you can see current day his prices have dipped pretty significantly. So I do think that that presents a pretty good buying opportunity right now, as you can get this card raw for around $50. A PSA 9 of this card sells for around $160. and a PSA 10 of this card goes for around $420. So again, I think that this is a really good card you could buy right now on the dip and see it appreciate over time as Utah hopefully makes a playoff run. But if not, at least they'll get some exposure in the playoffs, as they will be a playoff team. That concludes today's list and video. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more in the future, please feel free to hit the like button and also subscribe. Thanks, and have a good rest of your day.